Throughout my nursing career, I've encountered various settings, but none quite as haunting as my brief tenure at a geriatric hospital, situated a mere 30 minutes from my home. My experience there, particularly in the Alzheimer's ward, stands out not for its routine nature, but for the unsettling events that unfolded over what became my penultimate shift. Assigned to the night shift, my days and nights had blurred into a continuous cycle of weariness. Yet, despite my exhaustion, I found a semblance of joy in the appreciation the Alzheimer's ward's residents had for me, a young nurse in her 20s, a contrast to their usual surroundings. Among these patients was Lola, a new face to me, plagued by distressing visions and voices. She spoke of a man dressed in black lurking in her room's corner, a tale that chilled me to the core. Her roommate, opting for solitude, had her curtain drawn long before my arrival, leaving Lola's claims isolated in our interactions. As the night deepened, the ward quieted down, but Lola's restlessness persisted. Her fears of the voices and the shadowy figure consumed her, and despite my rational mind dismissing these as figments of her illness, a part of me couldn't shake off the unease. In an effort to soothe her, I offered my presence as a comforting anchor, momentarily calming her into sleep. The stillness of the ward in the dead of night always had a way of distorting time, making hours stretch indefinitely. It was during one of these seemingly endless moments while restocking supplies in the linen room that I experienced an inexplicable sensation, a hand upon my shoulder, unmistakably real yet belonging to no one in the vacant room. The encounter left me rattled, but nothing prepared me for what came next. Upon exiting the room, my gaze met with a horrifying sight. A man dressed in black, his presence unnerving as he stood just beyond the door, smiling sinisterly through the glass. My screams, a visceral reaction to the fear gripping me, shattered the night's silence, awakening the entire ward. The aftermath was a blur of confusion and dread. No trace of the man was found, and my inquiries were met with disbelief. Yet Lola's reaction to my description of the man, a mix of recognition and terror, confirmed that what I witnessed was not a figment of my exhausted mind. The incident left an indelible mark on me, prompting my immediate resignation. Though the head nurse offered understanding, nothing could erase the sheer terror of that night. This experience, a chilling convergence of a patient's delusions and my own encounter, remains an enigma, a stark reminder of the inexplicable mysteries that occasionally pierce the veil of our reality, leaving us to question the unseen forces that dwell just beyond our comprehension. Three years ago in South Florida, I faced an unexpected battle with bacterial meningitis, a condition I never anticipated, especially without any known outbreak in the area. The journey from the first symptoms to my hospital stay unfolds as a harrowing narrative of confusion, hallucination, and a haunting encounter that blurred the lines between reality and delusion. It began with severe headaches, confusion, and a sudden loss of appetite, symptoms alarming enough on their own. But when I started hearing a child's voice echoing through our childless home, I spiraled into terror. These auditory hallucinations, calling out with a familiarity that chilled my bones, prompted an urgent call to my husband, who rushed home to take me to the hospital. The diagnosis was swift, but the implications dire. Bacterial meningitis, if left untreated, threatened not just lasting damage, but my life. The doctors were clear. My prompt hospital arrival had likely saved me. As the antibiotics coursed through my veins, my husband's presence offered a fleeting sense of safety until he had to leave for work, leaving me alone with my thoughts and my fears. That night, a vivid dream, or so I thought, of my ex-husband's visitation stirred old fears and injected new terror into my heart. His words, a mix of concern and venom, haunted me, blurring the lines between my troubled past and my medicated present. Waking to find a chair pulled up beside my bed, a silent sentinel to the night's visit, I was left questioning the reality of my experiences. The next morning's revelation that someone claiming to be my cousin, a name shared by my ex-husband, had visited sent chills down my spine. The hospital's explanation of antibiotic-induced delirium did little to ease my mind. Fearing for my husband's safety and my own peace, I confronted my ex-husband, warning him to stay away, his responses doing little to allay my fears. This ordeal left me grappling with the shadows of my past and the unsettling effects of my treatment, unsure of where the line between reality and hallucination truly lay. My discharge from the hospital marked the end of my physical battle with meningitis, but the psychological echoes of those harrowing days lingered, a stark reminder of the fragility of our grasp on reality. My first encounter with Chloe, a match from Tinder, was anything but ordinary. She caught my eye with her unique look, a sleeve of tattoos and red highlights in her hair, promising an adventure right from the start. Our shared interest in exploring led us to an abandoned hospital on the edge of town for what would become an unforgettable first date. The drive to the hospital offered us a chance to ease into each other's company. Upon arrival, Chloe's familiarity with the place was evident as she guided us through the sprawling parking lot, skillfully avoiding the lone cop on patrol. Her confidence was reassuring as we entered the hospital through a broken basement window, embarking on our nocturnal exploration with nothing but our phone flashlights to guide us. The thrill of the adventure quickly turned to tension as we navigated the eerily silent corridors. Chloe's loud chatter was abruptly silenced by the sound of a door echoing through the hallway, a clear sign we weren't alone. Our initial excitement morphed into fear, compelling us to extinguish our lights and wait in the darkness. As we cautiously resumed our exploration, the hospital's ominous atmosphere deepened. The absence of other lights in the corridor hinted at an unseen presence, unsettling us further. Our encounter with the unknown reached a peak when we heard someone ascending the stairwell we had just vacated, prompting a frantic escape, led by Chloe's quick thinking. Our retreat took us to an intermediate rooftop, a brief respite from our pursuer. Yet the illusion of safety shattered when a man appeared below, his intentions unclear but undoubtedly menacing. His insistence on us joining him, combined with his disregard for my query about his identity, only heightened our urgency to flee. The chase through the hospital's maze-like interior was a blur of panic and adrenaline. The man's pursuit was relentless, his proximity signaled by the sound of a door slamming and footsteps echoing down the stairwell. Our escape through the basement window was a moment of sheer terror, fearing a grasp that thankfully never came. Safe within my car, we locked the doors and allowed ourselves a moment to process the night's harrowing events. Despite the ordeal, the shared experience forged an instant bond between us. We sought refuge in the normalcy of a Wendy's parking lot, where conversation and reflection helped us unwind. Chloe and I remained in touch, our brief romantic involvement giving way to a lasting friendship. The abandoned hospital adventure became a pivotal moment in our lives, a testament to the unpredictable paths to connection and the enduring bonds forged in moments of adversity.